Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today is Monday, which means it's time for an episode of Loadout, the series where you guys, the viewers, get to pick a gun and customization for me to use. The way you do this is you leave a comment down below letting me know what kind of weapon and attachments you would like me to run with, and I will pick one of the top rated comments for the next episode. Now today's weapon loadout is a weird one, something that I don't think I ever would have thought I would use, let alone enjoy, but I am actually enjoying this loadout. It's just hilarious to run with, and it's surprisingly effective. Today's top comment comes from I am Tith Inc. I'm not sure what your name is, but you can see it there. Judge for yourself. It's called Frankenstein's Loadout PP-2000 Suppressor IRNV Scope Laser Sight. Looks weird, I agree. Of course, a 44 scoped Magnum Medpack defibs, thank God. Squad Sprint, I have no clue why, but I had so much fun playing like this. Hope you take it in consideration. Love the vids, keep up the good work. Well, thank you for the compliment, and yeah, I have no idea why either, but I am freaking enjoying this loadout. It's ridiculous, but for some reason it works. And check out that knife kill. God, that's insulting. 2 front swipes with a knife and managed to pull off a kill. But just look at this gun. It looks so freaking goofy. I mean, it's got this paper thin stock here for CQC encounters. It's just tiny little bar of a stock. Then this gigantic suppressor, a weird laser sight that's like attached to the bottom of the front grip of the gun, and then this huge honking infrared night vision scope on here. It just looks so awkward and clunky, and somehow it works. And first of all, I have to say IRNV is a lot better since the last time I tried it. It was amazing when it first came out, then DICE nerfed the heck out of it and it was horrible. Then they sort of buffed it up a little bit again, and it's more effective on some maps than others. And this is one map that it's actually pretty darn good at. So infrared night vision pops guys out of the background, makes them very easy to see. Using the suppressor and laser, not too many guns that can equip both these attachments at the same time, but PDWs are ones that take advantage of that frequently. And it allows you to maintain still very accurate hipfire and use a suppressed weapon. And let me just say that although I am enjoying this loadout, you absolutely have to use it in the right environment. Team Deathmatch. I don't know if there's any other environments that would be appropriate for this. Even like close quarter maps, on Conquest Domination might not be worthwhile because you have to take advantage of the suppressor with this gun. This weapon, at least this loadout, is not designed to deal with multiple enemies. It's designed to deal with one enemy, and one enemy that you have the jump on. It's only got 20 rounds in a magazine plus the one in the chamber. Because we're using a laser sight on here, we are not able to use extended mags, so that is basically going to cut our ammo way down. Now I did try taking this loadout into a rush map and a conquest map, and when I'm playing around other players that are firing with unsuppressed weapons, well, now you're just kind of one of the guys. You get spotted just along with all of them, and at any sort of medium range engagement, this gun is garbage. It is so painfully bad. It's actually hilariously bad how bad this gun is at medium and long distance engagements, especially when somebody's returning fire. First of all, the PP-2000 has a rate of fire of 650 rounds per minute. Very slow. Absolutely on the slow side. In fact, it is almost the slowest firing PDW, only beat out by the UMP-45. However, the UMP-45 does way more damage per shot to make up for its slow rate of fire. The PP-2000 only does 25 damage maximum per shot, and as the damage drops off, it goes down to 13.75. Sort of on par with a carbine, but it is a very slow firing carbine. Now, on top of that, the bullet velocity is painfully slow. Stock bullet velocity is 360 meters per second, which is already painfully slow. Good luck trying to hit a moving target or a moving target at medium or long range. Not going to happen. Now let's put a suppressor on the gun. That drops the bullet velocity down to 280 meters per second. I feel like I could practically throw the bullets faster than they're coming out of this gun. I mean, obviously not. 280 meters per second is still very fast. Bullets will go through people at that speed, but it's still painfully slow. So what are you going to do? Well, you're going to keep it close quarters, which isn't hard to do. You're completely suppressed If you have a nice open team deathmatch map where you can kind of sneak around and stuff, get behind enemy lines, often people won't realize that you're spawning behind them or getting around behind them and taking them out. You can wait till your targets stop moving, or you can just hip fire in close quarters to deal with them. Without a doubt, the thing that is hardest to use about this weapon is the small magazine size coupled with the long reload time. Who decided to give the PP-2000 a 2.45 second short reload time? Might not seem slow for a real life gun, I'm sure it's completely adequate. But in Battlefield, when you have 2.45 second reload and 20 bullets that don't do very much damage to begin with, you're going to be reloading frequently. You're supposed to be using this in close quarters, and it just is, it's kind of a recipe for disaster sometimes. I got killed a lot reloading with this weapon, and I just felt like there was absolutely nothing I could do about it. Now, of course, you can switch to your sidearm, which is a scoped magnum, and that can be quite a bit of fun to deal with your opponents, but it's not ideal. And check out that front knife kill. If you watch that back, I actually swung my knife, hit him with my knife, and then he goes into the animation to kill me. How does that work? Now check out this one here. I shot him down to 14% health, and again, he gets a front knife kill on me. There's just something too wonky about the knifing netcode in this game. It drives me crazy. And of course, I couldn't resist playing a few rounds of No Shark Canals just because this map, with its close quarter engagements, really is ideal for this weapon. I will say though that the IRNV scope becomes a little bit less useful on this map just because it's pretty easy to spot out targets normally. The IRNV scope is of course much more useful on maps that have dark areas. Back to Karkin that I was just playing, or Strike at Karkin, was a good map for it because there's a lot of dark little areas within buildings even though it's very bright outside. So the IRNV scope is great for those environments, spotting guys in buildings or hiding in dark areas in building and just spotting guys out among rubble. This map here though, it's very flat, there isn't a lot of rubble, it's easy to spot out your enemies, so the IRNV scope becomes less useful. You want to make more use of this gun? Pick a map that has lots of rubble, lots of camo. Now, because we are using a suppressor and laser sight, it means that aiming down sights is always going to be more accurate with this weapon. So at any sort of medium range engagements, make sure you aim down sight to get your maximum accuracy, but you still have more than enough hipfire accuracy to deal with your enemies in close quarters. Which is good because the IRNV scope, once you zoom in with that thing, becomes very hard to sort of gauge your environment because you got a black seal around the whole thing. You can only see a little green circle in the middle of your screen. Not an ideal situation, so you want to make sure you can hipfire when you need to. Now, an interesting thing that I ended up asking myself a lot during this loadout was, it's interesting that the laser and suppressor work really well together in close quarters with the night vision scope, but could I put all three of these attachments on a different PDW and get much better results? And I think the answer is yes. You might actually have a lot more fun using this style setup on, say, a UMP 45. Might give you better results. You have more bullets in a magazine, shoots a tiny bit slower but does a lot more damage per shot. Again, you're going to be highly ineffective at long range, but nothing else is new. So I think you could probably mix it up a little bit. The PP-2000 is just unfortunately not a particularly good gun. It just shoots too darn slow and its reload time sucks. I'm not really sure what DICE is going for with the balance, but anyway, that's it for this episode of Loadout. I hope you guys enjoyed this crazy Frankenstein of a loadout. Remember to leave your comments down below letting me know what kind of guns you'd like me to run with for next week. I'll see you guys next time. This is LevelCap, signing off.